video for how to get the program that we're going to use throughout the semester downloaded and how to use it. It's called Stata or Stata, data, kind of depends on who you ask. I call it Stata. So the first step that we're going to want to do is go to 1.iu, right? So just 1.iu. Now in the search bar, I'm going to go to cloud storage. Maybe hit enter, there we go. Click on cloud storage. Now I've also got the Canvas page pulled open. That might be helpful the first time you're doing this as well, because I'm going to show you some stuff that we need to grab from the Canvas page. I'm then going to go to log in. Now it automatically, I was signed in to 1.iu with my IU credentials. So all along the way, we want to make sure we've signed in with our IU email address. So once we're signed in with that IU email address, we'll want to make sure that we sign in there to cloud storage as well. So this OneDrive IU, this option here, it's got a green check mark next to it. That's what we want. Now, if you haven't used this for other courses, it may not have a green check mark there. It may look something like this, okay? If that's what it looks like, you don't have a green check mark, you need to make sure you go down here and then authorize so that cloud storage can use files from your OneDrive. And that OneDrive, it shouldn't be your personal one, it should be the IU OneDrive, okay? Once we have that green check mark, we'll go back to 1.iu and we will search for IU Anywhere, okay? So we'll click on IU Anywhere. It'll kind of take us to this interface. We'll go to Apps, scroll down. The program we want is this Stata Now. So this is the newest kind of version. We'll hit the little arrow and we would open it up. Now, if you open it up, it's not going to prompt me with these errors, but it may give you some errors. So a couple things that I would check first, if at this point when you open it, if it gives you errors. First, just try a different web browser. Chrome and Firefox tend to work the best with this Citrix workspace. So if you're using a different browser, just try changing the browser. If you still have the issue or the issue still persists, on IU Anywhere, go up here to this little gearbox and go to account settings. So first, try activating Citrix. So you can do that here. It downloads like this license. I've already got it downloaded, but I can replace it and it doesn't hurt anything. So now I've kind of made sure I've got that activated. If I then go back to apps, opening it, and it still gives me an error, I'll go back to the gear, account settings. Now I only had one or two students who had to do this last semester, but depending, if you're not using like an IU computer and you're using your personal laptop, depending on the make, model, etc., you might have to go to change Citrix workspace, and instead of like using that, you might have to use the light version. The program will still have all the same capabilities. It's just it's somehow on the tech end of things makes it so it's more compatible with your device. So if you've done those other things and it still doesn't work, try using the light version and then going back to IU Anywhere, opening up Stata. So we'll go back to IU Anywhere. Once you've changed to light version, I'm not going to change it because I don't want to change it on my device. If we can avoid it, we don't want to have to do that. But that is kind of the last ditch effort if it's still giving you errors when you go to apps and you try to open up the program. So once we hit open, it'll kind of run down here, take some time to think. I'll have to kill some dead air here. But once the program is opened, right, we can then open up files, just like in Excel, you would open up XLSX files. Okay, so open system settings. It might ask you to like enable this. You don't need to. In fact, notice I won't switch the accessibility and it'll pop up here in a second. But as I was saying, like Excel can open up XLSX files or CSV files. Stata can only open .dta files. So if it doesn't automatically pull open Stata, notice it is open. It's just like behind my web browser. I'll click here, there it is, okay? So this is the actual program and it's like running off of a shared license. So we've got the interface here. I can go to File, Open. So I'll want to open up these .dta files, which are data files. So if I go to Open here, now it already defaulted to my OneDrive. If I tried to go to my desktop, first of all, I don't have any files that are showing up there. But even if I did and I downloaded the file from Canvas and tried to open up one of these .dta files, so let's say I went here, so I'm at the Canvas page, I'll go to Files. I've got the week 1 files already uploaded there. We're gonna try to open up this NBA height data, right? So if I downloaded this, download, like puts it into my downloads, I then, then go back to Stata. Oh, I didn't give it permission to open up things from but let's say that you granted it permission and you had it lit, it won't be able to open it up. You can't open up anything from your actual PC. What you need to do is go to this PC. Okay, I can read and write. So I guess technically here I could go to, see, I still don't have access, but even if I wanted to try it, it's not gonna work. What I need to go is under this PC, go down to my OneDrive. So because I have that cloud storage authorized and then they have that green check mark, I then click on open up that OneDrive. Now all the files in my OneDrive I can open up. So I've got a bunch of stuff going on here, right? And I've got them all in this Econ 371, but I'm going to have it organized on Canvas so that it has it week by week. So I'll kind of show you what it looks like for the spring. Where was it? Oops. What do I want here? Nope, that's not it. Not 251, 371. There we go. There's the data files. So there's that. I would want to download that .dta file, and I would then want to drag and drop it or upload it into my OneDrive. So I want to have my OneDrive, right? And I want to have all, like I would create, I'm going to end up creating a fall 2025 course materials. Technically I'm being lazy and just have it all in my 371 folder for right now, but you would want to create your own folder. That's where you would download that .dta file. Once you I lost my internet. Great. So hopefully this will come back before I'm done recording this video. So once I've moved it into that OneDrive, I can then go to, I think, what did I show you here? It was under this folder. Now I can select that. Now notice here it tells me it's a Stata data set. It might just have the name of the file in .dta, but I would select that file, hit open. Now I can pull open my web browser, or my browser. Here's all of the data. Now I'll go through what this browser is and how we use do files and things like that in class. This video is just for me to show you how to get the program downloaded so that we can open up data files. Okay.